Serious exercise, M.C.Qs. The circumference of a circle is called the boundary of the circle. And number 2 M.C.Q, a line intersecting a circle is called secant line. Reason because any line which passes through the circle means it intersects the circle. It doesn't touch, rather it intersects the circle. Then this is called secant of the circle. Secant of the circle. Number 3, the portion of a circle between two radii and an arc is called. So I will draw for you. Let's suppose we have a portion of circle between two radii. Let's suppose OA, OB, and a portion means this part between two radii and a circle is called sector of the circle. The next is angle inscribed in a semicircle. It's a circle. Make the semicircle, and in a semicircle, from the end point of the diameter in the semicircle, end point of a semicircle, whenever you will draw a circumangle, this angle, it will always be of 90 degree. You can also see an angle in a semicircle is of 90 degree. And 90 degree, by changing it into radians, it will become pi by 2. So pi by 2 will be the answer. The length of a diameter of a circle is how many times the radius of the circle. The length of the diameter of a circle is 2 times the radius of the circle. Number 6. Tangent and radius of the circle at the point of contact are tangent. We will draw a tangent. Line which just touches the circle at one point is called tangent line. If you draw the tangent at the point of contact like this one, angle is always 90 degree. So between radius and tangent line, angle is always 90 degree. So 90 degree means that they are perpendicular in fact, right? So this is about number 6. Tangent line and radial segment at the point of contact, they always make a 90 degree angle. So 90 degree means perpendicular. It may be 90 degree, it may be pi by 2, whatever the option is given. According to that, we have to solve. Number 7. Circle having 3 points common are called overlapping circles. Two circles touch each other. Their centers and the point of contact are, let's first the diagram. Two circles, like it is first circle, and we have another circle like this one, for example, touching each other. Either they are externally or they are internally. In both cases, their centers and point of contact are, I will draw first centers and point of contact. So in this diagram, there are actually 3 points, their centers and their point of contact. You can say if it is A, it is B, A and B are the centers, and let's suppose B is a point where it is being touched. Then all 3 points, their centers and point of contact, they lie on the same straight line. So if it is a case like this is the externally touching circles, if even if the circles are internally touching, even then point of contact and their centers are always collinear, right? So this is for number 8. Now, number 9, the measure of external angle of a regular hexagon is, so you can work out either by drawing it the hexagon or by using a formula. So what is the formula? Number 9. So the formula is the sum of internal angles of a polygon. सम होता है जी, दिस इज n-2 इंटू 180, प्रीवियस क्लासेस का फॉर्मूला। अगर आप इस सम को डिवाइड कर दें इसके साथ, n के साथ, तो ईच इंटरनल एंगल आ जाता है। नाउ वन मोर थिंग, you have to remember that for the case of external angles, we need to find first internal angle. Once the internal angle of the diagram is calculated, then by subtracting it from 180, we can get the answer. So in case of hexagon, number of sides are 6. So 6 minus 2 by 6 into 180 means 4 by 6. First, we will be finding internal angle. And once internal angle is calculated, then we can find external angle. Okay, just first let me complete it, then I will give another hint how to find it. 4 by 6 into 6, and this will be cancelled. 30 means angle will become 120. So 120 degree angle need to convert, this is 120 is internal angle. So if we subtract it from 120, the angle will become 60 degree, and 60 degree by changing into radians, external angle, it will become pi by 3. So measure of external angle was been asked. One more thing, as a formula we have to remember that I'm writing on the top, each external angle of a polygon is equals to 360 divided by n. Now, what is meant by 360 over n means, for example, 360 and there are 6 sides. If you divide this, then answer will become 60 degrees. So either you can choose this method or you can choose the other method. Both ways you can go. 60 degree, once it will be changed into radians, will become pi by 3 radians, as I told you earlier. So in both ways, either you can use, because ये एक से ज़्यादा जगह पे यूज हो सकता है फॉर्मूला, तो each external angle is equals to 360 over n एक्सटर्नल के केस में तो ऐसे निकाल सकते हैं, या फर्स्ट यू नीड टू फाइंड ईच इंटरनल और वहां से 180 से माइनस करो तो फिर उससे भी कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं। बोथ वेज यू कैन गो। सो दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट वन, मेनी टाइम्स इट हैज अपीयर्ड इन द बोर्ड एग्जाम। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 10, the incenter circumcenter of a triangle coincide with the triangle. Actually the incenter becomes, once we draw, if you draw a triangle inside the circle, this is the case of the circumcircle. So in this case, the center will be called as incenter and the radius is called circumradius. So for the sake of incenter, you can say that we need to draw a circle inside a triangle like this sort of. Wait a second. The diagram is not important to draw at that time. I will draw freehand because this is means that if it is a case like this one, it is called in circle. In circle center is called in center. So we've been asked in the question that if in center and circumcenter of a triangle coincide, then which type of triangle is there? So you can say it will be an equilateral triangle. Then the circumcenter and in center will be same for both categories only when the triangle has all three sides equal. Then this can happen. Okay, one more similar question as we have done before. So number 11, measure of external angle of a regular octagon this time. So I have just explained that exterior angle, rather each exterior angle is equals to 360 over n. So 360 if we divide it by octagon stand for 8 sides. So this will become 8 4 the 32, 45 degree, and 45 degree once changed into pi by 180, it will become pi by 4. So your answer should be pi by 4, A option. Number 12, tangents drawn at the endpoint of a diameter of a circle are. First, you need to sketch it quickly. Next is tangents drawn at the endpoint of a diameter of a circle. So first, let me draw the diameter. This is the diameter. And at the endpoint of the diameter, if we draw tangent lines, like first tangent line, second tangent line. So what is the look of the tangents? They are looking parallel. So tangents drawn at the end point of a diameter of a circle are parallel. So this is right here, A part. Next is length of two transverse tangents to a pair of circles are equal. Now the transverse tangent is basically drawn like this one. Yes, like this one. So these type of circles, tangents are called transverse tangents. So length of transverse tangents to a pair of circles are, so tangents की length है वो यहाँ से A to A dash for example and B to B dash like this one ये equal होती है. So length of two transverse tangent to a pair of circles are always equal. I have given you the sketch. It is a part of the practical geometry. How many tangents can be drawn from a point outside the circle? Two tangents can be drawn from a point outside the circle. So if you have a circle like this one, then you can draw two tangents from a point outside the circle, like it will be a case like this one. So if means that it is P is a point, O is a center, then two tangents P to A, P to B, two tangents can be drawn. So maximum from a point outside the circle, two tangents can be drawn. If the distance between the centers of next number 15, if the distance between centers of two circles is equal to sum of their radii. You need to sketch it. A circle and another circle. Need to find like this one. The diagram we will see, let's suppose A to B circles, centers are there, and here's the point of contact. So this is the radius one. So let's do. So A to B, distance between the center will be equals to sum of their radii, right? So this is the distance between the two circles. Centers of two circles is equal to sum of their radii. Then the circles will be touching externally. This is number C. So this is a case when there is externally they are touching. And number 15, Distance between the center of the two circles is equal to sum of their radii. And number 16, if two circles are touching externally, the distance between their center is equals to sum of their radii. So both number 15 and 16 are covered in this part. They are the same. It has been asked in two different methods. Okay, number 17. Number 17 says that how many common tangents can be drawn to two touching circles. So just first let me draw two touching circles. Let's suppose it is a case like this one. How many common tangents can be drawn? So you can draw first tangent, common tangent. You can draw second common tangent. You can draw third common tangent. So three tangents can be drawn. How many common tangents can be drawn of two touching circles? So maximum that can be drawn, that can be three. So number 17 answer is three. Now, how many common tangents can be drawn from two disjoint circles? Disjoint means that there is nothing common between them. So if you want to see it quickly, let's see one circle, another circle. How many common tangents can be drawn? So let's start like first transverse common tangent. First tangent, second tangent, two tangents, then two tangents can be drawn. This is called direct common tangent. अंदर वालों को कहते हैं ट्रांसवर्स कॉमन टेंजेंट और इसको कहते हैं डायरेक्ट कॉमन टेंजेंट्स सो फोर टेंजेंट्स कैन बी ड्रॉन to two circles which are totally disjoint. So this is the logical answer for part number 8. So MCQs of chapter number 13 are revised in this way. Question number 2 states about geometrical figures, segment of a circle, tangent to a circle, sector, inscribed circle, circum, and e-circle. They all are part of the chapter number 13 topics, practical geometry topics. Their definitions are all already available in the notes. Let's start with question number 2. Length of one side of a regular octagon means 8-sided diagram. So 3 into 8 will give its perimeter. So this will be 24 centimeters. For write down the formula finding angle subtended by the sides of an n-sided polygon at the center of the circle. So this is how we can find. This is if the regular hexagon is there inside the circle, it contains 6 sides. So at center there is total angle of 360 degree. So we will divide 360 by n to find each central angle of n-sided polygon. So subtending means that these two endpoints of each side, what angle will be formed if uh, angle subtended by the side of n-sided diagram. So right here it is a hexagon. हेक्सागोन के किसी एक किनारे से जब आप एंगल फॉर्म करेंगे तो वो फॉर्मूला है 360 बाय एन. तो एग्जांपल दे के आपको बता रहा हूँ दिस इज 360 बाय 6 करेंगे सो आंसर विल बी 60 ईच मींस दिस एंगल विल बी 60 ईच. अगर ये डायग्राम फॉर्मूला तो बेसिकली ये है और अगर आपके पास ये पेंटागन है तो फिर 360 को 5 पे डिवाइड करेंगे और ऑक्टागन है तो फिर 8 पे डिवाइड करेंगे एंड सो ऑन. जनरल फॉर्मूला ये है. Number 4, the length of side of a regular pentagon is 5. So length of regular pentagon. So each side is of 5 centimeters. So perimeter will become 5 into 5. That becomes 25 centimeter. So these are the short questions related to 13th chapter.